A Fox News digital exclusive. Sources say that the Justice Department is investigating former FBI Director James Comey and former CIA Director John Brennan in connection with the investigation of President Trump and Russia. No details about what they are looking at with Comey, but with Brennan reportedly suspected of possibly making false statements to Congress. Former House Oversight Committee Chair and Intel Committee member Trey Gowdy questioned CIA Director Brennan about all of this during what became known as the Russia investigation.
Do you know whether any of the underlying allegations made in the Steele dossier were ever tested, probed, examined, cross-examined, whether the sources were examined for reliability, credibility?
I know that there were efforts made by the Bureau to try to understand whether or not any of the information in that was valid, but I don't have any firsthand knowledge of it.
Did the CIA rely on it?
No.
Why not?
Because we didn't. It wasn't part of the corpus of intelligence information that we had. It was not in any way used as a basis for the intelligence community assessment that was done.
Yeah, that's a problem for John Brennan right there. Trey Gowdy joins me, host of Sunday Night in America and here on Fox, and he joins me now. Great to have you with us, Trey Gowdy, and great to look back at your, everybody loved watching Trey Gowdy handle those moments because an oversight, it was a huge responsibility to try to pick this apart. But John Brennan's problem is that in one place, behind closed doors, he's saying that it was included in the report, that he wanted it to be included in the report. And then on the other hand, he's saying they didn't need it. Oh, we had so much evidence. We didn't need the dossier, which we all know was a Clinton-funded piece of campaign material, Oppo research, essentially. So how do you see this investigation from the DOJ? What is meriting it, and where do you think this is going to go?
Well, I knew he was lying then. I mean, that was an open hearing, Martha. So as you know, you can't discuss classified information. But if you will look over my shoulder at that hearing, you'll see a familiar face, one Kash Patel, the current FBI director. We knew that Brennan was lying. That's why I wanted him on record. They relied heavily on the dossier. John Brennan knew all about the dossier. So Comey's a little bit different because we don't have him on tape quite like we do John Brennan. But with Brennan, it's just like a buffet of lies. You can literally go through the buffet and pick out which one you want. The guy that replaced me on that committee is a guy named John Lee Ratcliffe, who's the CIA director. So there are not two people in the world who know more about John Brennan's problem with the truth than Kash Patel and John Ratcliffe, and I'm very, very happy that they are looking into it. Overdue.
Let's go to number two here. This is a quote from Fox reporting on the newly declassified email to Brennan from former deputy CIA director in 2016, warning Brennan about the credibility or lack thereof of the dossier. This is coming from his deputy at CIA. So in it, the message said that including the dossier in the ICA in any capacity jeopardized, quote, the credibility of the entire paper, this deputy said. And added, Brennan ultimately formalized his position in writing, stating, this is Brennan, that, quote, my bottom line is that I believe that the information warrants inclusion in the report. Completely different from what he said to you in that soundbite, Trey.
No, it's worse than that, Martha. He and Comey insisted that it be included. And why did they insist? Because their hatred for Donald Trump. Look, we knew Brennan hated Donald Trump. It just took a little longer for Comey's hatred to manifest itself. But what we're seeing now is it existed all along. Their hatred for Donald Trump trumped or overcame their objectivity. They're the ones who insisted that something that really wouldn't be fit for the National Enquirer. I mean, it's literally paid for by the opposition. Judges have criticized it. We went back and said, okay, Brennan said you made efforts to corroborate the dossier. Let us see where you tried to do it. And it's just a blank piece of paper. They made no effort. I wouldn't be surprised, Martha, if we didn't figure out those two were behind the leaks to the media. What they really wanted is the media to report Trump is under investigation for ties to Russia. So they got what they wanted. They didn't get the result they wanted, which was him losing the election.
Yeah, this is not what you would expect, as laid out here from the director of the CIA and the director of the FBI. And people wonder why the approval numbers and their credibility numbers shrank so dramatically over the course of this period. So it's going to be very interesting to see where this goes. And we'll look to you as we follow the story. Trey, thank you very much. Trey Gowdy,
yes, ma'am.
Watch for you on Sunday night, as always. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.